Hey, I'm Aldyn, and today I'm going to be doing a reading. If you celebrate Easter, it is Easter, and so the theme of rebirth is certainly in the air. And speaking of air, an element, Mercury just moved into Aries, and Aries, as you may know, is a fire sign. Active, so this spark in communication and confident communication as well, and practicing that, like really finding enjoyment in your own personal center stage. Even if you're a really quiet person, maybe it's just with your twin flame, even just with your pet plant, you know, if you're really that quiet. But anyway, like if you need to practice communicating or something like that, that's okay, right? But this is a really good time to feel into like really fine-tuning what it is that is, you know, at your center that you really desire to share, and relaxing into that and relaxing into your own energy too, as the divine masculine or the divine feminine, and then expressing, you know, from your authentic self. I also have, since I'm pulling out the plants, you know, why not? I also have some nice jasmine here. It smells really good, and this rose also smells good. From the yard, and so yeah, it's very springy. I think it's really nice to enjoy yourself and to use this as a time to explore what's in your reality and how can you connect with what's in your reality and share from that place, you know, depending on what your life purpose is too, what you really enjoy. Like, is there a way that your life purpose is really, like, you have a desire to connect your life purpose to something that you feel really passionate about, that you have maybe done to a certain level, but there could be a breakthrough there. So something to think about, because your twin flame journey is also about your life purpose journey. They're not separate things, because as your whole consciousness comes together, well, your life purpose is a part of that. I mean, you're made to have a purpose, or you're made with a purpose, to share, to give to the world, whatever it may be. And everyone's purpose is truly unique, even if it's very similar to someone else's. So if you feel like what you desire to give, there's already so many musicians in the world, there's already so much, so many books, you know, written on this particular subject. Don't stop because of that. I mean, that's really like ego just trying to stop you from enjoying yourself. I mean, maybe don't, like, you know, quit what you've got going on and just pursue something that has no, like, you haven't made any source of income off of it. Like, that might not be the best way, right? But it doesn't mean that you should just keep putting it off. This is really not the time to keep putting stuff off. It's the time to go deeper and find out how all these pieces that are really calling you to come out of your shell, like, how do they all fit together into one flow? So just get clear there, and you can start clearing your own energy too within. Maybe you have unresolved trauma or whatever it is, that it's time to really get at the root of and claim your divinity there, because that's also how you claim your twin flame union. It's gonna there's going to be a block there otherwise. Even if you are in union, even if you're in harmonious union, you have to keep moving forward and just, you know, clear whatever's getting stuck, wherever that gap is and everything kind of gets caught in. That's where you actually want to look and see what it is that you are being called to clear out, because it's going to make you feel really good. So that being said, I don't know why, I'm just feeling like all the elements right now, and I have this Palo Santo right here, so, you know, let's clear the air. You know, Easter time special. And, oh, it smells so good. Yeah, I also have some crystal here, some citrine crystal, which is really about abundance, and I think that this is a great time to tap into your abundance and to be open to sharing that. And I think that the lie is that that's like difficult or complicated, and so if you've made it difficult or complicated in the past, maybe there's a way to actually share something that you desire to share that's actually really easy for you to share, and that also people really desire to receive. So I would just suggest going deeper with that. No matter where you are, you can always go deeper with that, and with simplifying too. And so the first card that I'm going to pull is from Notes from the Universe on Abundance by Mike Dooley. Thought it would be nice to pull a card pertaining to abundance and wealth and the law of attraction. So I'm just gonna put the cards here. Already shuffled them. And we have a beautiful tree with sun shining. And the card says, I said yes when you first thought of it, now when you first asked, and hallelujah, I'm getting tongue-tied. Hallelujah, so be it, coming right up when you first gave thanks in advance, believing in you, the universe. So I said yes when you first thought of it, now when you first asked, and hallelujah, so be it, coming right up when you first gave thanks in advance, believing in you, the universe. Well, I think that this is a really good sign to be grateful for what you're given and to go forward with your ideas. It's like a big cosmic yes, right? Like if you have a divine thought, it is for a reason. It's to move you forward in a direction. And even if your original vision doesn't ever amount to anything, it'll always take you in the direction of where it is that you desire to go. And maybe that original vision is exactly where you go, and maybe it's somewhere that you just never imagined. But either way, it'll be really, really great and feel really good if you just keep following that good feeling. So I'm also going to draw cards from there. Now it's the right way. The Angel Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. Love these ones. And yeah, I've shuffled them, but I will cut them. Just, you know, keep it fresh. So the first card is Ego, Archangel Jophiel. A false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things and negative or fear-based thoughts. Beautiful angel just being like, hey, you've got this, you're okay. I know that you think that everything doesn't look so good, or you're just focusing way too much on, I don't know, your bank account, or all of these things that you need to put away, or you know, making sure that your kids are receiving a good education and it's keeping you up all night, whatever it is. Like if you just keep on focusing on some kind of a lack, like it feels bad and it's not even true. Like you are not made in lack. There's nothing lacking here. So it is safe to release that thought. Now, it doesn't mean like, you know, just ignore like where you're at and go spend a bunch of money that you don't have or anything like that. But it's really releasing the control on yourself. So if you're controlling yourself and putting yourself down, it's going to be a lot harder to receive because you're in a state of control and you're, what I want to say, deflecting that receiving from happening as much as it could happen. So it is safe to release that. So yeah, false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. Yeah, so the next card, upside down, what is it? Let's see. Ooh, Four of Water, missing an opportunity, discontentment or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Yeah, so she kind of looks like she's been punched in the stomach by her own self, kind of. Yeah, missing an opportunity, discontentment, or boredom. Open your eyes to the possibilities. Well, if you're starting to feel a little bit stuck, you know, with the limitations of what you can do right now because of like the quarantine and everything, then keep on going deeper. I think where we're all going with this is it's kind of like, oh, this is great, da 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 da, and then suddenly it's like, oh, but I can't do all these things, or but oh no, like, you know, something to do with looking at something bad, like, you know, something on the news that freaks you out. I don't know. But there's no reason to get stuck in that like stagnant energy. You can keep on using what has been given to you as parameters for, you know, what it is that you can basically do right now with what you got, and feel through your feelings. Feel if you feel, you know, a sense of boredom or anything like that. It could be even a childhood upset about something that you weren't able to do, or, you know, just something coming up. I think that's a lot of what's going on right now, like those times when you were maybe asked to go play in your room, or you were at home or at daycare or whatever. There, you know, there's a sense of confinement, but it's safe, and it's safe to go deeper into what's coming up there to be cleared. Because you're not, the truth is that you're not stuck anymore. You're not a child. You're an adult, you're mature, and you also have, what I guess control, you could say. You have control over your reality, like over your circumstances. Doesn't mean being controlling, but it means that you have the power to change with God. And also, I mean, this definitely says something about like you and your twin flame. Like there might be a sense that you're somehow missing out on some kind of romantic feeling that you want to experience, whether, you know, you're living with your twin flame, whether they have you blocked, or you don't know who your twin flame is, or you're not sure. It doesn't matter, because the romance all really starts with you within, and your twin flame is going to reflect that anyway. And so just keep on cultivating the goodness within. It doesn't mean like ignore your bad feelings or spiritual bypassing. You do need to address that and use the mirror exercise. Love yourself, go to the places where you have been hurt, and, you know, bring yourself back into your heart space completely. But yeah, there's there's never a need to be bored, and maybe it's time to go deeper with your creativity too. We're all very creative beings. If you're ever told that you're not creative, but you feel like you want to be creative and there's something holding you back, I really suggest revisiting that and not judging how you create or what it looks like, but just having fun doing something that feels good in that kind of creative flow. So yeah, 4 of Water, very emotional. And this card is right side up, and it is King of Fire. Motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic. Okay, so this card really looks like that guy to me. Oh my god, what is his name? He does the funny things. Like the funny spiritual stuff. I can't remember his name. But anyway. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. Maybe you're that creative person and you need to listen to yourself more. Maybe I need to not put this where the ring light is and have it reflect like that. Anyway. Oh man. So, yeah, there's also a big dragon here, and that reminds me of the North Node. The North Node being in Cancer, and maybe like taking control of your home environment more too. So it's a really great time to really focus and hone in on that. This is actually a really good way to move forward in your life purpose, is to clear any kinds of patterns that you have around your home that aren't serving you anymore. And you probably have more energy to do that as long as you are feeling well. If you have more time to rest right now, more downtime, then when you are up and at 'em, then you can really focus on creating the space that you've always desired. And it doesn't mean you need to go, buy a bunch of new furniture. I mean, if you can and all that, great. But it could just be about simplifying and getting better at like your daily habits, whatever they are around the house, and just bringing the vibration of your space within, your internal home, and then being able to practice that outwardly too in an active state. So that's what I have for that card. Another right side up card. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Ooh, 4 of Earth. So we had 4 of Water, and now we have 4 of Earth. So these are very grounding cards, even though they might sound like, oh, I don't want to hear that. But they're here to just remind us of our foundation, really. And it says, being too frivolous or too cautious with money. Good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So I really love this card because it really shows how being too frivolous or too cautious financially is kind of one and the same thing. That's what I always get from this card. And so it's a sense that you're not maybe letting things flow, or just looking at places where you could let things flow more easily. You can't just restrict growth, right? Like, you need to thrive. So it's time to just go deeper there and get clear with where you might be, restricting yourself essentially, or, and then the other side of that is sometimes if you're being restrictive and then you don't make very good choices. Like, let's say you don't feed yourself in the morning because you're busy working and whatever, and then you realize you need to go to the store, you wait in line to go into the store and all that jazz, and you get like 5 things that you didn't really need that are kind of just like junk food because you weren't making a good decision, because you were already hungry, and that's like kind of where you were thinking from. Maybe you forgot to bring a list to the store and follow it too. But anyway, it's just an example. So that's why it's just better to do your best to be in a flow and go deeper with that flow and be intuitive, listen to the divine and where your heart is actually really calling you to invest in yourself. Right now is a really good time to invest in self-care, and that also means spiritual self-care as well, right? And of course your twin flame journey. Like, I think a lot of us are in a good place to really go deeper with that as we're focusing on our foundation, right? So moving right along to the next card, right side up again. Ooh, 10 of fire, too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, stress-related health concerns. Yeah, this again to me speaks to the North and South Node in Cancer and Capricorn, and that striking a balance. It's like it sometimes being more domestically focused is actually better for your work life flow too. So you really can go deeper with where you're being called to act and why, and not let worries really rule your decisions, because it's also a very important time to take care of your immune system. And there's a lot of things that you can do naturally to take care of it in different ways, right, of yourself. But it all ultimately starts with your spiritual, I guess you could say, mindset. So that's kind of where things manifest from. So they're going to manifest from your thoughts and feelings. So if you can go to that place first, before you need to take care of your physical body in a way that feels like, oh no, I'm not in a good place, well, it's going to be a lot easier, right? So this is just a reminder of that. And it's also a reminder to love those around you in your twin flame unconditionally, and just, you can tap into that support in your heart and give and receive that support freely and abundantly, and know that it's safe to do so without any strings attached, or without any kind of attachment at all to your twin flame, but just letting that feeling be really present in your heart, that loving feeling, and letting that expand. And another upright card. Two of Earth. Too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. Yeah, so if stuff is feeling intense right now, then just remember that it's probably because you can just shift your attitude. So your attitude is something that you always have control over, right? So it might be hard. You might have to get angry sometimes, or whatever it is, but ultimately, like, you can decide to let things be light and easy, and to just lighten up in those heavy feeling places. You're not gonna get more accomplished by punishing yourself. In fact, you're not gonna get anything much at all accomplished by punishing yourself. So you might be surprised if you shift your attitude, and even if you have a pretty good attitude, go deeper there into those places where you're still needing some fine-tuning, and in really letting that childlike spirit come out. And it doesn't mean that you need to be irresponsible, right? You are an adult, so it's safe to be playful and find that balance within, so that you can really enjoy your life and enjoy your work. Okay, next card is upside down. An unwise choice. Learn what you can from the situation. Review everyone's motives. Okay, I had no idea this reading was going to be so long, I have to admit. Like, I was like, oh, I'll probably pull 3 cards, but there's definitely something here, so we're just going to keep going until we get to the bottom of it. So 5 of air, an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation and review everyone's motives. So this might be a time where you're really stewing in your thoughts. Maybe you're thinking of something that you said that you shouldn't have said, or blah, 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 whatever. I mean, the truth is that you actually can use the mirror exercise to resolve that. So you can just love yourself, and if you've made a mistake or you're not sure or something like that, then find out what the upset is there and resolve the feeling within. It could be something really small, like just something that you said to some random person, or you've accidentally cut in front of someone in line or whatever it is, and you just can't get it out of your mind, and you think it's going to come back and haunt you, or it could be something bigger, something you said to your twin flame 5 years ago that you can't believe you said, and you just keep on going over and over it in your mind. Or it could be that you just feel scared, you feel confined, whatever it is. There's just some fear coming up to be released, and with all of the energy too in Capricorn, like Jupiter and all of that, there is like this sense of something impending, but the only impending thing is really like healing and alignment. It's just going deeper with that. So if you think there's something scary, or something that you did is going to lead to something bad, well, then you can just make a new choice. And you can go deeper too with what the truth is. Why are you afraid of the truth, right? So if you did or said something that actually is the truth and aligned with how you were guided to do something or communicate, or same thing for someone else, then feel into that. Because the other side of this card is maybe you're feeling like someone else like made a bad choice or is going to dupe you or something like that. So you can also feel into that and into that unsettled place within, and just resolve the feeling, and then move forward with whatever action you may end up taking in the future. It doesn't mean don't take action or don't put boundaries, where something is needed, but it's always best to just resolve something within first. Ace of Earth. Dun, 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 dun. The inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. So this is also a really nice and lovely reminder that abundance is coming to you. So as you resolve things, expect things to change. Expect your overall vibration to just feel cleaner, lighter, higher, and ground into that, right? And so just allow yourself to be free in receiving abundance, and tap into that feeling, say yes. 3 of water. A celebration, a wedding, graduation, or birth announcement, the need to have more fun. Yeah, so this really goes back to the beginning of the reading, and just remembering that really, every day it's like that song, Every Day is a Holiday, right? Yeah, every day really should feel good. And there are special occasions, and there's things to be celebrated. And I mean, today is Easter, so you can celebrate, you know, however feels good to you. But yeah, it's safe to tap into that feeling of celebration anytime you want to, and give that to yourself. And your wishes come true. Dun, 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 dun. Concerns fade away. A love life. 9 of Water. Well, that's really beautiful. So yeah, it's really a confirmation that that everything that you're working towards spiritually, all of the feelings that you're willing to feel through, everything that you are that you're deep diving into is really paying off, and it's melting away all the ickiness, you know, just like cleaning a bunch of dust off of something, and then you see it shiny and new, and it feels really good. And you are worthy of love, and love is really meant to feel good with the right person, right? With your twin flame. So you will feel it, and it's safe. Yeah, it's safe to feel passion too. And the Wheel. Someone has been working out, Archangel Michael. A time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So this is a great card to end this reading on. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And it's also just like a pat on the back, like, good job. And you can always call upon Archangel Michael or any, you know, personal guides that that you have, or of course, just hang out and talk to God all the time. Source, you know, whatever you refer to God as. But yeah, it's safe to feel the shift, positive shift, and know that it's real. And oftentimes you do feel things within first before something manifests outwardly. Maybe like something will just like happen that you didn't know was going to happen or whatever. But generally speaking, you know, there will be some kind of clicking feeling within, and so it's safe to trust that when you feel it, and not like try to shy away from it. When you make a choice, your choice is powerful, but a part of that that truth and your being powerful is you believing that your choice is powerful. It really helps to you know, just move the process along of your powerful choice. So hope you enjoyed this reading, and please comment below if you have anything to say, and like, share, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos, and check out the links below. I do all kinds of great readings. I love doing them for you. I offer ascension coaching, one-on-one personal help, and other really great stuff. So anyway, you can check all that out below, and I wish you a happy rest of your spring, happy Easter if you're celebrating, and happy Mercury in Aries. All right, take care everyone. Bye.